Right, so we have new details regarding the iPad 10 refresh, and so let's delve into it, but first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours, and with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so all these tidbits come from 9to5Mac, a very credible source. For example, in the past, they were the first ones who told us the iPad Air 5 was going to get the M1 chip. And so yeah, I do think these tidbits about the iPad 10 are legit. So basically 9to5Mac mentions 4 main upgrades: a new design, 5G, the A14 chip, and also the USB-C port. So beginning with the ports, this is the only iPad Apple sells right now with the Lightning ports, and so transitioning this to USB-C makes so much sense, since students who use these iPads as their main computers are gonna appreciate having a more versatile port that has much better transfer speeds and also of course can connect to external displays. So yeah, that is a very nice upgrade, but of course, some of you guys might be wondering, is Apple really going to give us a USB Type-C port on the older design of this budget iPad? Since of course that would require Apple slightly tweaking the design, which requires retooling and can affect Apple's margins with this iPad. Well, that's where 9to5Mac says that we could see a redesign with this iPad, and apparently the display could have the same resolution as the iPad Air 5. And so that did get me thinking initially that this was gonna get the new iPad Pro design language. That would have been a massive upgrade and would explain why we're getting the USB-C port. But at the same time, that might be too good to be true, because giving this the iPad Air/iPad Pro design could cannibalize the other iPads in the range, since many do not care about the M1 exclusive features, they just want the basics of an iPad, and so getting the same design, similar performance, and most of the features the bigger iPads offer, but of course at a much lower price, is gonna be too good of a deal. And that's why Ross Young tells us this is gonna get a 10.5-inch display instead. And so I do think that means we're gonna see a modified version of the iPad Air 3 design. And also possibly a panel that's laminated, which is gonna be a really nice upgrade, but the home button and the bezels on the top and bottom of the device are still gonna be there. And yes, giving this old design the USB-C port is gonna require retooling, but then again, Apple needs to differentiate the iPad range, and so I'm sure they're willing to lose a bit of their margins for a device that of course won't cannibalize the much more expensive iPads. And also one could argue that we did see 10.2-inch iPads, which did not exist in the past. That was a design change Apple made for the base iPads, and so I'm sure those were also slightly more expensive to produce, but Apple was willing to take on the cost to give us a product that fits better in the lineup. Hey guys, Future Saran butting in real quick because I just realized Apple has to give us a new design if we're getting the USB-C port. You see, the first generation Pencil charges through the Lightning port, and so without that, Apple has to give this iPad Apple Pencil 2 support, and for this iPad to support that, it does need to be able to hold the pencil, so I do think that basically does confirm we're gonna see a new design. Now yes, I know there's a chance we could see an Apple Pencil 1.5 that has USB-C instead, but I think that's unlikely, and what's more likely is of course this iPad adopting the iPad Pro design. However, Ross Young did say the display is going to be 10.5 inches, and so I do think the bezels on this are going to be pretty chunky. Anyways, moving on, we're going to see the A14 chip in this. That makes sense. We've been getting a new chip for the last few years, and of course retaining M1 on the higher end iPads, and the exclusive features that come with the chip does make sense. I am hoping we see a RAM upgrade though, because the base iPad has been at 3 gigs for quite some time, so 4 gigabytes of RAM is going to be appreciated. And well, since I'm assuming that Apple is going to recycle iPhone 12 logic boards for the base iPad, a RAM upgrade is to be expected. And finally, let's talk about the most pointless upgrade, and that's 5G support. So yeah, this has become a standard across the iPad range and most of Apple's products, and so yeah, it's about time the budget iPad also gets this. But I'm sure that many of you guys do not care at all about this upgrade. Anyways, release-wise, we should see this with the iPhone 14 series at the September event, and I'm not sure regarding price. 9to5 Mac says nothing about that, but I would not be surprised if we do see a price hike because of the new design. Oh, and by the way guys, I'm pretty sure the 5G models are going to see a price hike. That's been the case for all of Apple's 5G products, even the iPhone SE, which many of us thought would get cheaper, so yeah, do bear that in mind. So yeah, those are my thoughts guys, but tell me in the comments below, would you buy this new base iPad? Anyways, thank you for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the link above on details regarding the iPhone 14 series, and on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya peeps.